Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is all about the Capricorn man. Let's take a look at some of the telltale signs a Capricorn is secretly in love and also what you can do to help him feel comfortable around you. Capricorn men can be pretty hard to figure out. They don't reveal much of their feelings at all. This is usually a guy who is super reserved and aloof when it comes to his emotions and what he feels for a woman. So, how can you tell if a Capricorn man is secretly in love? What signs should you look out for? A Capricorn man might be secretly in love with someone, but she will never know because he is just so darn elusive. Nevertheless, deep down, this guy has a dam full of emotions and is just waiting for the right woman to unlock it. He is actually one of the most wonderful partners you could ever hope for. He takes his relationships extremely seriously, and when a Capricorn man commits, he commits for life. Capricorns just aren't someone who date for the sake of dating. Just so you know, it is okay to be a bit confused because Capricorn men usually hide their emotions. If you've been dating a Capricorn man for quite a good period of time and things start to get a little more serious, you may notice that his behaviour towards you might change a little. He feels more committed and more responsible towards you in some ways. But if you're doubting whether or not your Capricorn man likes you, here are some points to consider. Number 1, he's interested in what you do. If you find that he's asking you a lot of questions about your work or what your passions are in life, then he's trying to get a good feel for you. He won't typically do this with someone that he isn't interested in. He won't waste his time. A Capricorn man will only take the time to get to know someone to whom he is attracted to. Though it doesn't sound very romantic necessarily, if he takes an interest in your career, hobbies, or what you do with your life, then he is probably into you. It's also possible that he'll want to discuss his own career with you as he feels that he can open up and talk to you. His career and his work are important to him. In his mind, this defines who you are, what you're about, and what your work ethics are. He's a hard worker and he also wants a partner who is roughly the same as he is when it comes to paving the way to success. This is an intellectual conversation that he feels comfortable discussing with you. So if he's doing this, you will usually know that he is definitely interested in you and wants to know more about your life. Number 2, when a Capricorn man compliments you. If a Capricorn man finds ways to compliment your looks or the way that you do things, it means that he's interested in you. He will also be very boyish when trying to find a way to touch you that doesn't seem too forward. He'll do things like brush his hand against yours or stand very close to you while you're out somewhere. The Capricorn is somewhat shy when he starts to really like a woman, you see. He isn't always sure what the right course of action is, but he'll be very cute about it. You should also be able to tell by the way he looks at you. If he blushes or seems embarrassed when talking to you, then he's crushing on you for sure. But that also does mean that he doesn't know how to cope with his feelings. It is quite adorable when he acts like this. So in summary, seeing boyish behaviour should give you some tips on what he's feeling. Number 3, he asks you personal questions. Capricorn men aren't the type to go around getting to know everyone on a deeper level unless perhaps he was born right on the Capricorn/Sagittarius cusp. As a general rule though, these guys aren't super chatty and they actually prefer to avoid filler conversation. He's a serious guy and is not a fan of small talk. He would rather not say anything at all than have to talk about nonsense. This is why when he is interested in a woman, he will tend to ask her deeper questions to really get to know her. That said, if you find yourself in the company of a Capricorn man who just can't seem to get enough of hearing about your childhood, for example, and those slightly fuzzy college days that you reminisce about now and again, you know that he wants to deepen your relationship. He may not be as open and giving with his own history right off the bat, but in time, he will open up and share his hidden side with you. When a Capricorn man asks you personal questions, then it is a very good sign that he enjoys spending time with you and may want to take it further in the future. Number 4, he gets quite nervous around you. A Capricorn man is generally as cool as a cucumber. He doesn't really let any outside sources influence the way that he feels. He's quite aware of his reputation and understands that his image is everything. This means that he will go out of his way to keep up with appearances and exude a confident demeanour. However, When he is interested in a woman, there might be a side to him that breaks down and becomes a little nervous. When you notice a Capricorn man gets a little fidgety and is fumbling his words, then you may be able to put 2 and 2 together and realise that this man is very much interested in you. Number 5, he invests his time in you. You're a lucky girl. A Capricorn barely has time for himself, let alone someone else, because he's working so hard towards his very lofty ambitions. So when he does make time to spend with you, you can certainly know that he is interested in you. Remember that this is a man who is building towards his future, and he may see real potential for something long-term with you. Otherwise, he wouldn't bother trying to get to know you better. That just isn't his style. Number 6. When a Capricorn man opens up to you. As with most people, a Capricorn needs to trust and feel comfortable with someone in order to fully open himself up. He's actually typically very funny. However, he isn't willing to show that side to just anyone. When he starts telling you jokes or showing you his lighter side, he's definitely feeling things towards you, and it could be something strong enough that could lead to a commitment with him. Showing you his goofy side means that he's got his guard down and wants to know more about you, and he wants to share his funny side with you and generally just feels comfortable. Show him your funny side right along with him, and you'll show him that you're the type of woman he can have a good time with. Don't ever make fun of him though. He won't like that very much. Make fun with him, but not of him. Number 7, he will pay attention to detail about you. Let's face it, a lot of guys have the tendency to zone out from time to time, or in some cases, all the time. And it's really no big deal until you run into miscommunications where he's telling you, "You never told me that," when in all reality, you know very well that you did. This happens in just about every relationship, and you learn how to deal with it in your own situation and way. When a Capricorn guy is into you, there is none of that zoning out. In fact, he will be dialed into you and what you've got to say 100%. This can be really nice if you're not used to it, and is a huge signal that he has feelings for you. That being said, be careful what personal stuff you share in the early stages of your relationship, because the odds are whatever you say to him now will stay in his memory banks pretty much forever. He notices things that others don't, and unfortunately, a Capricorn man can get turned off pretty quickly if he doesn't like what he hears. I hope today's video was informative and you learned some things about the Capricorn zodiac. If you've had any experiences with Capricorns before, please let us know in the comments down below. Please like, share and subscribe for further videos, and don't forget to check the description where we have a free quiz where you can find out more about your zodiac match. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!